There it is. We are officially live. Welcome to the Friday Live by Brotherhood. I'm the host as always. My name is Jimmy. I got my partner in crime, Core, in the building. Core, what's up, good brother?
Man, everything is lovely, man. We live to see another day, so we celebrate, man. Everything is good, man.
Yeah, man. You know the day is good when you breathing, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna give our folks a couple minutes to get in here, but other than that, man, how was your week though?
Man, my week, I don't know, man. I'm living Groundhog's Day, man. I be having all right weeks. You know what I mean? Like nothing crazy. You know what I mean? Like I ain't make no crazy games. I ain't taking no ugly losses. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
I did get some disturbing news though from my brokerages. All my brokerages sent me some dirty ass letters like you owe us money. Like you need to put more money in us or we're going to change how we deal with you.
Well,
So
is that the pattern day trading new rule that just went down? Is that what you're talking about?
yeah, man. So the thing is if you don't have 25 racks
Mm-hmm.
in the account, then you get one chance to pattern day trade for the entire length of the account. And then after that, your joint is just cut off.
But hold on though. If you have a cash account, does that even matter?
It doesn't. But in cash accounts, you can't trade unless the money is settled. So it's basically like it has the same effect. So it's the same thing.
Well, hold on though, right? Because I mean, if the money settles, but if you have money just sitting in an account and it's settled, it doesn't really matter though.
No, you could trade as many times. Like if you got $10,000 in a um in a cash account, you
Mm-hmm.
can make $10,000 trades that day, but the
Mm-hmm.
cash on trades doesn't settle for to the next day.
Yeah,
So
that's fine. Listen, and
so
for the
you would
folks,
so you won't get a pattern day trader join on that one. But if you if you did the same thing in an account, a what's the name account,
the margin.
a margin account, they'll just take your account. Like you won't be able to trade out of that account anymore.
So I mean, this just means people gotta get their accounts up to 25 racks or use
Use
cash
a cash
accounts, right?
account.
But the fact of the matter is, most people shouldn't be trading that much. Where the
I,
cash, where
I,
the
yeah,
no, no, what I'm
yeah,
saying is
yeah.
where the cash account matters, because if you're waiting for it to settle, I mean,
It'll slow you down. The cash account slows you down. So that's the
here's a
point.
fact, right? Here's an absolute fact. And I was talking to someone who's a big time trader the other day, and what he told me is 99% of the people that trade overtrade. He said people trade too much. That's not how you're supposed to be in the business. We can talk about that later. We got folks checking in,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I'm not disagreeing with that person at all. I'm just saying, you know, I was a, I wasn't taken aback by the news. I was just like, damn, like they really out here. They call themselves protecting people, but they again protecting themselves because of a lot of the things we've seen over the last year and a half, 2 years,
It's
um,
it's it's
coming
it's
out of
twofold.
COVID.
I saw what Tyrone said. Tyrone was like, that means he think the market's about to take a big move. They're trying to keep people away from it. Shout out to Tyrone Gardner. That's our guy. GC, what's up
I
with you?
don't
GC,
disagree
how
with
are
that
you?
either. I think
Jose, what's up? Jose,
big
how are
move
you?
one way or the other, and they don't want people. They don't want everybody cashing in, cashing out on the move.
LaJoya, what's good? I think it could be that, but I think it sometimes, and this is the debate about yeah, Cola's definitely in the building. The full Cola's here. Never forget hashtag Cola. But no, sometimes we rely on our government for certain protections. So it depends upon how you feel about big government versus small government. What's the more effective way? Some people say just let everybody do what they're going to do. If you hurt yourself, you hurt yourself. But the fact of the matter is, some people need protections, and this is where that happy medium has to come into place. Because and I'm giving a perspective from someone who gets the inboxes of people who
Who
blow
gets
accounts.
slapped?
Yeah, follow directions online. You know what I'm saying? They do all this crazy lottery tickets type stuff and they lose their money and they're like, yo, I need help. But it's always after the fact. You know what I'm saying? And what's interesting is like lately I've been joking around, just putting up memes about certain stuff, about
Why
advice that's
people
on the
get
internet.
angry about them Jones?
Dog, they be clapping at me. They be clapping at me. It's funny. It's like,
People get angry at that stuff.
no, but
Like,
you know what it is? A hit dog hollers, man. So sometimes, if I put up something about over trading or a bot or a blessing loom, but the blessing loom one, that be setting people off because a lot of folks put a lot of money into them blessing looms, dog.
Yo,
And I be joking, and the reason I joke about that is because there's constant advice on the internet, about go copy a G-Wagon for a write-off, all kinds of crazy stuff that people actually go out and do, and they get hurt. You know what I'm saying? So, but when I put up something like that, just joking about it, people be clapping at me, man. They clap at me crazy, like.
I mean, I ain't mad at people. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I'm too minded when it comes to this, right? Because I don't think I always credit my guy Kamari Ellis for telling me that people shouldn't be into anything without education, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's whatever space you're going into.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the other side, I mean, you shouldn't, be allowed to do elaborate scams and all of that kind of stuff without some kind of recourse or recall. But
for the scammers, you meaning, right?
Yeah.
But how far do you go to protect those from being scammed? I guess that's the question I asked for you.
That's where it's kind of hard, right? Because for me, I mean, definitely pause. But it was it's kind of crazy because like how when does it go from being good business to being a scam? You know what I mean? Because it's some things are just good business, and then some things are just really scammy, right? And can land you in jail. Like there are some things that I see on the internet that the second I see them, like whoever do this going to jail. Like, don't do that.
I think the biggest thing on the internet is nuance, right? And shout out to Kamari because we have these conversations all the time. A lot of times people post things without context or nuance, right? An example of that would be like the whole wave of everybody needs a trust, right? A trust is a powerful tool. A trust can be used for good, but everybody doesn't need one. And a lot of times when people put these clips up and they're saying, you get a trust and you set your family up this way, that applies, but it only applies to a certain number of folks, right? I say that because I have people contact me who have absolutely no assets, no savings. Your credit score is a 400. You have nothing saved. You got all kinds of other issues, and yet you want to spend the first couple of grand you get on setting up a trust because you saw someone on IG say that everybody needs a trust, right? There's a whole lot of context and nuance that's missing out of this. It's only so much context nuance you could put into small clips. But the problem is some people do things as a sales tactic when they're not necessarily looking out for the best interest of the people they're talking to, right? You're selling 1% products to poor folks. You see it a lot of times in the insurance business with these infinite bank. You try to set up an infinite bank for someone who ain't got no income, right? You can't fully max it out. You can't really take advantage of it. But that nuance again is missing when you put these clips out. So the tough part is how do you?
Most people don't know. Like, if you set up an infinite bank and you're a regular person, it'll take you 15, 20 years to be able to actually use it.
And the thing is, though, and again, people all the time, right? They come in and they say, "Well, that's our folks taking advantage of our folks." I'm like, that's not true either, though. It's a whole TV show, American Greed, where 99% of them folks ain't us. So
that show is absolutely. Yo, if you had, we don't really do things where we promote things. You have to watch that show.
So in your words, right? People going people, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
The thing about watching that is you see Asian people scamming other Asians. I see Vietnamese people scamming Vietnamese people.
Because
black people scamming black folks.
It doesn't work without trust.
I've seen Jewish folks scam Jewish folks, get them all crazy. Our folks scam our. So it's like most of the time on this joint, it's like everybody scamming their own community, which is sad. But if you watch the show, you see because
the first part of the scam to get the money is trust. You can't that's like some Vietnamese dude trying to scam you. I'm like, man, if you don't get the hell out of here,
if
you don't get
but I say all that to say that
you know what I mean, or whatever, you know what I mean, whatever group that's not a black person try to scam me, like is instantaneously not going to work because I don't trust you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
What we tell people all the time is don't trust anyone, not even
Not
us.
even us.
Not even us. Don't even trust
Do
us.
your own research
Yeah,
and due
go
diligence.
research what we say. The thing is, that's why you want to make sure you give people information that they can research, and I think that's key too. But sometimes people like to say, if you want more, you gotta come in. It's sales tactics. And it's not that we don't sell things on the internet. We do. We have books that we sell on the internet. We have courses we sell on the internet. We have our own membership group. But the fact of the matter is, we show people the value that comes with obtaining those things, and then you make your decision. I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you about all these crazy,
I ain't holding no
exotic,
hostage.
all these crazy exotic things. Anyway, man, let's check in with more folks, man. Cola's in the building. We got Tweak Talk in the building. What's up with you, family? How are you? How are you?
What's going on?
You know what I'm saying? Rock Noxious is in the building. What's goody? What's goody? Yo, sometimes people clap because it be all too real for many and end up slapping themselves in the face. Yeah, they do. That's absolutely true. Angela's in the building. What's up, Angela? Detroit's in the building. Jamil, what up, though? Don is in the building. What's up, Don? How are you, good brother?
You're
in the building.
Hey, Dr. Ches.
Good points. I still be watching the Reparations Task Force this week. Interesting. Yo, I still didn't check that out. I gotta find that, man. Y'all not shooting content in Lamborghinis? Come on, gentlemen, show them what you got. No, man, that's not my thing, man. Some folks, they like that. They like the lifestyle marketing, right? I'm nah. I'm
Hands
cool
up
on
now,
that.
wave.
Rochelle is in the building. What's up, Rochelle? How are you, fam?
Rochelle.
Appreciate you. For those in the MDC, by the way, Rochelle's a member of the MDC. We got a couple MDC members in the comments. We got a new class coming next Tuesday. I got to put the announcement out on the MDC, but it's going to be Tuesday. Our brother Russ is teaching a macroeconomics course every Tuesday. Macroeconomics and how it affects your long-term, but also short-term investing. So that's going to be dope every Tuesday. A straight macro. We on some collegiate stuff. Every Tuesday we got a macroeconomics course. So shout out to our brother Russ for being the professor there. Cameron, what's up, young, and how are you, man? I'm glad you're here. Appreciate you as always. I need to hop into that secret shopper class. Yes, the secret shopper class
is absolutely amazing.
Yeah. She killed that. Brianna killed that, man. The way to get a couple quick dollars, you know what I'm saying, to fund your investment.
She literally be on route.
She gets busy, man. Shout out to the glue, Brianna. But yeah, man, that topic today that we want to talk about is meta, man. And we're gonna get into that in a second, man. But the question I want to put out to the floor before we start talking about meta and what's going on with meta. Has anyone tried the VR goggles? And if so, did you like them? What are your thoughts on it? That's the question I have for everybody watching in. Have you tried the VR goggles? And what are your thoughts on them? Was it a positive experience, negative experience? I'd like to know what you guys think about that.
I have tried Meta's VR goggles. I have tried VR goggles.
Yeah. So
I'm not a fan. I don't like that feeling. I always come out of them joints feeling queasy.
Yeah. All right. So that's kind of me and you kind of on the same page with that, right? So I tried the Samsung VR goggles a while ago, back when they used to give them the Jones, where you put your phone on them and all that. I tried them, which it was amazing.
They gave them to me for free.
Yeah, they were ahead of the curve. We got a set of the Facebook Jones. We got them in here somewhere. That shows you how long it is. They probably got dust on them somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Haven't used them. But here's the thing, right? Let's get into it. That is the topic of today's show. Meta dropping prices for their VR headsets. And let me share the screen real fast. If it allows me. Y'all know how I be acting. When we start trying to share stuff, they get mad. Yeah. So it says that Meta's VR headsets are getting a major but perhaps unavoidable price cut, largely because consumers are, just not buying as many as expected. So they have a new Meta Quest Pro that was supposed to be $14.99. They dropped it to $9.99, while Meta Quest 2 is dropping from $4.99 to $4.29. So this is supposed to be their VR goggles that were geared towards businesses. That's a 33% drop, right? Now, the crazy part is watching their stock. When they dropped the prices, their stock went up. But, how the analysts are feeling about it is kind of a mixed bag, right? So it says that waning consumer interest isn't a specific problem. The VR market, along with the game industry at large, saw sales drop year to year. And Meta invested a lot into VR with the whole idea of, first of all, changing their name to Meta. That shows you how far they were going into their investment. So it actually says that Meta has sunk a lot into its pursuit of VR. Reality Labs, the company's metaverse operation, has lost billions in the last year alone. It lost a staggering 13.7 billion on Reality Labs in 2022, up from the roughly 10.2 billion it lost in 2021. So 13.7 and 10.2. So you're talking about close to $25 billion in the last 2 years that this company has lost in chasing this operation. Now, that's not to say that it won't turn around or be a success. I can't predict the future. That's a lot of money. If I'm an owner of this company, I would, you have to be showing me something that shows that it's a promise on the back end of sinking all that money into this reality. The losses aside, what Meta spent on VR has given it a very tight grip on the VR device market, as they hold 45 to 82% of market share in the course of this past year. So it's still a nascent market. If they want to retain their lead, the play for them right now is more heads and sets. So they're trying to get as many people that have these headsets as possible. And maybe they got some sort of secret app or secret game that we don't know about. But right now, they're just literally sinking all kinds of billions of dollars every quarter. All right, so take a look at this in 2022. Quarter one, 2.96 billion. Quarter two, 2.8. Quarter three, 3.67. And in quarter four, 4.28. They're sinking billions. So, Core, you told me that you like them, but you have a weird experience every time you take them off. My experience is initially I'm like, wow, I can see how this can be used, right? From watching sporting events to there was one application where you go on Google Maps and you feel like you're walking down the street, but it doesn't have that one application or one thing that sticks that makes me want to constantly go back. I remember they used to talk about this with video game systems. It said that every system has to have that flagship game that forces you to come back, that gets stickiness. And sometimes it's not the game that comes with it. It might be Call of Duty, right? When they first put on the thing where you can play everybody online. That drove so many people to buy systems.
Yeah.
So it has to be something. And they talk about it sometimes also with smartphones, right? When different manufacturers had smartphones, they were looking for a specific application that made
would
it
drive them to the phone.
Yeah. So interestingly enough, I don't think I've seen that personally. Maybe somebody has, man. So let's see what the folks are saying.
They don't have anything. Like, my thing is this: a lot of the things I can do on that, I can literally go buy a Wii and do the same thing, like
without covering your face, right?
Like
appreciate you, Cameron. So Tay is in the building, so I'm assuming Dan is here too. What's up, y'all? So GC said he never tried the goggles. Let's see if anybody else has. The kids have them. They was fun. Yo, but that's how it is. It's like fun for a second, then you just get tired of them. Like, nope, haven't tried it yet. So Chaz says we have fun as a family, and I use it for exercise.
I mean, that's a good use for them joints.
The VR is a positive experience, depending what it is. You might get motion sickness.
Yeah. I don't like that.
It seems like Zuck is getting back to his senses. Yeah, man, that's a lot of bread. Slide that decimal point to the left, and I might try it. Yeah, he's saying basically, even with the price reduction, he still thinks it's too high.
Yeah, because you weigh first to the market, so you got to put it at a price where you can get steam. You know what I mean?
But here's the interesting comment. GC says, I think they went too heavy into the VR AR thing, right? And this is an interesting comment because I've seen people say the same thing. I might agree with him, but I'm thinking about it. If you are going to do something,
gotta go,
and you believe in it, you go all in. But at the same time, it's like when you have another business that has revenue, like that whole shift is kind of weird. Again, time will tell. Maybe they're right, but I think this comment is interesting because a lot of people, especially investors, have thought this.
They saw what happens during the bull run, with things, and I think they're setting up for the bull run.
Yeah, and man, GC's on fire because I like this comment too. I get that Facebook missed a huge opportunity with phones, so they want to be the first in the VR AR, but they are burning a lot of capital for something that people aren't ready for, right? So I remember they were mad about them phones. They tried to release that Facebook phone. That joint was absolutely trash.
Under no circumstances would it.
But they was like, we ain't gonna be late to this. But the problem is, if and I'm saying this
too late, too early.
If you guess wrong, or to Corey's point, if you're too early, that's a problem too. Is the headset worth it? Yeah, they still get similar head start without that much capital expenditure. And that's the thing. They're putting so much money into it. Cookie, what's good? I just finished Amazon Unbound, and it seems like business is a video game or war for these dudes. They are happy to sink a bill just to conquer something.
Oh, easy.
But the thing is, though, if you end up being right, you
get it back and
you can't sink the whole business chasing one play. Another great point made by Tweet Talk.
I don't think they're sinking their whole business.
They're not sinking the whole business, but what I'm saying is, in talking about small businesses, right? So I was in a room full of small business owners last week. Shout out to my sister. First of all, shout out to my sister Tracy for making Philadelphia Magazine this past week. That was dope. One of the top folks in real estate in the city. And that's my business partner and sister. So shout out to her for that. But we had an event last week. Again, Kamari was there. There was a lot of folks there. And one of the conversations we were having is about how, and again, a lot of this happens on the internet again, folks will be successful in one thing. Let's say it's real estate, or let's say it's the stock market. And they start to chase other things. And they go so far into that instead of like just building up what it is they're already successful at, right? And that's another trap or something you have to watch out for. An example is there was a gentleman who sunk thousands and thousands of dollars into starting a trucking company. But he was already successful in real estate. So the conversation was, why didn't you keep building that business? This hundreds and thousands of dollars that you could have, bought other buildings with, you started to buy trucks and it didn't work out for you. Now, also understanding he was trying to kind of get multiple streams of income.
Diversify.
Yeah. The whole idea of multiple streams of income. And that's been a big thing for years. But I think one of the things that people miss when it comes to multiple streams of income is a lot of the most successful folks that have multiple streams, they're in the same sector. They don't go way out, like, not saying that VRAR is way out because I see the connection he's trying to make. But, when you look at the business they have that dominates, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and not that they're not sinking money into that, although everything they do seems to be failing. Like TikTok is the elephant in the room right now in terms of that space. But just something to talk about in terms of small business, like not chasing something when you're already successful with something else. Let's see. Rochelle saying congrats. All right, let's see. What else we got? Zuck understands that they only have so much higher they can go with the whole ads thing.
But what they're trying to do is get you to buy that same ad space in the metaverse on their platforms.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have first. The thing about that is they don't have first mover advantages in the metaverse. Like other companies have way further advantages in first movers.
But they have the eyeballs, right? So if they can make it work, it will be successful. Because think about it. One of the things about social media or the internet in general is the value is where the people are, right? It's not about having the best thing.
What's their conversion rate though, right? So my thing is this, right? They gotta, for them to spend that much money, they gotta get a certain conversion rate at the price point that they have. So my thing is this, right? So they're having a dilemma, right? Where is, the cost of production is at one point, and what they're charging for the headsets is matching the cost of that production. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, how do you bring your price point to where your people start to match that price point? Because they don't care about your cost of production. They only care about what they're willing to spend. So this is why we always, when we do our classes with our kids, we always talk about cost versus price versus value.
Mm-hmm.
And what most people don't understand is that cost versus value is something totally different. What something costs versus what something is valued at is something totally different. Value is what the market will pay for it, not what you pay for it. The market does not care about what you pay for it.
But here's the thing, right? And GC with an interesting point. If you control the hardware, the software is not as important. I don't know if I agree with that.
Yeah, that's
I was thinking about this the other day because I was and I'll bring it up too. Another, I'm always talking about the content. I found another podcast that I've been binging this past week. And they were talking about Apple, the history of Apple. The podcast is called Business Movers. It's another Wondery podcast. Wondery is the same people that make Business Wars. They have another one called Business Movers, and they focus on specific people. And the last episode was on Tim Cook, and it talks about Tim Cook's entire rise throughout the ranks in Apple. But I was thinking about the idea of software versus hardware, because I remember that Bill Gates made a bet on software. He said, forget hardware. I don't even care about hardware. You can take this software. I'm selling the Dell. I'm selling the HP. I'm selling the Compaq. I'm focusing on software. And that made him the wealthiest man alive several times. But then at that time, Apple took the approach of hardware and then later built the software. So they kind of have both. But which one is more important? Is it the software? Is it the hardware? I mean, it depends upon how you look at it.
Well, my thing is this: there's a multitude of ways to enter into that realm, into the VR space, right? Right. Again, crypto was doing this way before Meta got involved, right?
But that doesn't. But go ahead. I'll finish.
There's a multitude of other ways to get into the metaverse, right? So to get into their metaverse, you have to use their headset. But my thing is, there's so many metaverse. It's like Doctor Strange, where he went through the 1,000 metaverses. Like, you know what I mean? So like, he's never going to.
They still have an advantage there because of the amount of folks they have between IG, WhatsApp, and Facebook, right? Just take those three, because again, they don't have the best social site. Instagram is a terrible experience at the end of the day. Like if we keeping it a buck as a social platform, it's really a terrible experience. Facebook is a terrible experience. I remember when Google Plus came out. Google Plus, from an experience standpoint, was probably the illest social platform that I had ever used in terms of how they integrated everything from posts to stories to including YouTube videos. Nobody was there though. It was a ghost town. And I remember all the articles at the time was like, it doesn't matter how good your product is if nobody is there. They already have the folks. And the people that are locked in and have their whole like last 10, 15 years on Facebook, they're not leaving. They're not leaving. It's funny when you talk to different ages, right? Every time we talk to the kids in all of our various camps and stuff, they be killing Facebook. But their parents, even the last one, the parent was there like, I'm Facebook, my thing. You know, that adult type demographic, they love Facebook. Facebook has the eyes. If they were able to turn that on, that metaverse thing on, it would get more folks than all these cryptos, because the crypto thing is so fractured. You know what I'm saying? Certain people believe in this shit coin or that shit coin.
That fracturing is what's keeping them from gaining the market share that they want right now.
Yeah, but if they had it, because their product doesn't work either. That's another thing. When you try to use their product, it's not really good. If they had a fluid push of a button have more folks.
Like Facebook was sticky when you first got there because it was a different experience than what we had experienced with all the other socials, right? Because you were able to connect on a larger scale than you were with all the other socials.
I got a question for everybody watching, Core, based on what you just said. What year did y'all get on Facebook? If you're on Facebook, what year did you get on Facebook? Right? I want to know how long some of y'all been on Facebook, because that's going to tell me something too. Just how much data and information, how many years does it go back?
2009. 2009 for me.
All right. So let's see. Let me go back. Let me go back to these comments again. If you control the hardware, the software not as important. It depends upon how many other hardware manufacturers there are. Like if there is nothing but you, that's true. Apple changed their privacy terms and cost Facebook over $10 billion.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. That's absolutely true. They control the hardware, so they dictate the terms. But here's the thing. That's somewhat true. Let's put it that way, because there's also other competitors. So Android as an open operating system, right, is actual software. And the funny thing is Google has their own hardware with the Pixel, but they don't care. They still let everybody use it because their whole thing is search. It's just different ways to attack the same problem. That's why I said I don't know which one is better. Would I rather control all the software or the hardware? Because now, if my software is that good and I do something where it's not compatible with your hardware, but it's compatible with Joey's hardware over here, that's a problem. One of the reasons that I tell like a lot of my folks that like Samsung and Android, like I tell them I use both, like iPhone and Samsung, they'd be like, I'm like, one of the things y'all never understand because you never had an iPhone is how the same software runs better on Apple than it does something else, right? Because people are investing more money on Apple as opposed to Android because of the fracture in Android. There's so many different types of phones.
Yeah.
Sega had the superior hardware. Genesis, Nintendo had a variety of games. That's absolutely true. Because Genesis,
for the record, Sega Genesis is my actual favorite gaming system of all time. And I would, if you gave me a choice of one gaming system to play with all of the new gaming systems that have been out, I would choose still Sega Genesis.
I'm trying to remember if I had to like compare them. Like one of my favorite systems, and a lot of people may not even remember this, which was absolutely fire. They just couldn't get like a lot of great games. Was TurboGrafx 16.
Yep,
that thing was crazy.
I ain't like the joystick. The joystick on that joint was kind of weird.
Genesis was revolutionary. I remember when Genesis came out, that was crazy.
That's still my favorite gaming system.
But I'm trying to remember. It was so many good ones though. Like when Super Nintendo came out, that was
no. Listen, lots of fire gaming systems came out since then, but my favorite to this day.
LaJoy had mentioned another one, Dreamcast. That was an underrated joint too.
Yeah,
Dreamcast was hard. The Game Boy was black and white, but Tetris was addictive. Was it? What? Plus, Nintendo had a bunch of outside vendors would establish its games. Sega made all their own games. Yeah, Sega tried to control both.
That's
a great example.
You know why Sega Genesis is my favorite? Because it introduced me to Madden.
I think the AR/VR route is correct. However, they need to find a way to lower the cost of experiment. Okay, so that's
what I was just saying. And that's
been on there since 09. Cajon been on there since 09. A lot of y'all got on 09. What happened to 09? I think I've been on since 08. I think my joint goes back to, I know my Twitter goes back to like 07, 08. I think my Facebook was around the same time. What you know about that Golden Axe and Alter Beast? Yeah.
Golden Axe and Alter Beast are two of my top 5 favorite games.
That Nintendo Super, like.
So my thing is this, right? I spent more time on the PlayStation. Because the thing is, I had both game systems. So the original PlayStation is still my favorite Nintendo gaming system.
And PlayStation. PlayStation is not Nintendo.
PlayStation is not Nintendo?
No, man, it's his own thing. When that came out, there was a Nintendo competitor. Brianna, what's good with you?
I don't know. Like for me, PlayStation is Sega Genesis and the original PlayStation are my 2 favorite gaming systems.
PlayStation, Sony.
Yeah, it is.
Brianna, what's good with you though? We was just talking. Listen, you come on, Brianna, after we give you all your flowers. You missed all your flowers, but yeah, Sonic was big too on Netflix. Yeah, I seen that. But even if you have the superior software, the company could block you from using their hardware and have their own software. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's all about competition, though. If there's another hardware manufacturer and you take your superior software, because think about it, Apple blocked Microsoft from using their entire software, and Microsoft was a bigger company than Apple. I mean, they still go back and forth to this day, but that's because Microsoft was like, okay, Apple, cool. At one point in the very beginning, what's the name of that movie? We have a movie about it too. It's called Pirates of the something or another. If somebody knows what I'm talking about, put it in the chat. I know the word pirate is in there, but it talks about how the early Apple had Microsoft software, and then Gates and Jobs had their little issues or whatever. But he was like, cool, I'm gonna go to Dell, I'm gonna go to Compaq, I'm gonna go to IBM. Like everybody else gonna have this. So if you have the superior software, that's fire too. So I mean, I don't know. I've been on Facebook since 06. Okay, so Jose is definitely an OG. So we talking about at this time 15 plus years for some folks. Michelle he still got the PS2. Mark, what's up with you, Mark? Mark, what deals you got, bro? That 1 bedroom, I rented it out this week. Congrats to that young lady. Got a new tenant in the 1 bedroom. But listen, Mark, I got a duplex uptown. Going to hit the market soon, like for a very good price. And I'm talking about like West Oak Lane. I'm talking about 3.8, like a nice little duplex. So I'm gonna send that to you, Mark. That's it right there. Mark got it. Pirates of Silicon Valley. That's the name of the joint that talks about when the whole early stages of Microsoft, Apple, and their relationship together. Pirates of Silicon Valley. Appreciate that. Yeah, but Microsoft got lucky that those other companies ain't want to pay.
There's no luck involved in that though. Microsoft was the bigger company.
I mean, listen, I can't call it luck when they still dominating in 2023. And we talking about something like
something that started in
40 years ago, bro.
Like I can't call that luck. You talking about damn near 50-year run? That's not luck.
I was talking to another modeler this week, and he was talking about government contracts and how in like across the nation, federally and locally, Microsoft has a contract with damn near every government agency. They run Office products. He was saying how hard it is to get them to lead. Excel, PowerPoint, Word, like they run Office. They just run Office.
I was looking at the genesis of a lot of those things that they did. They bought them from other people, right? They didn't create 95% of that stuff. They bought them from, like, I was looking at the boy who created a PowerPoint.
Mm-hmm.
And he was telling the story of how he could not get it onto the market.
Mm-hmm.
And he was trying to sell it to all of these hardware companies because he knew how good the product was.
Yep.
And Microsoft copied his John. He ended up suing them, winning, and then they bought it from him. Yeah. Because they just like, damn, that is dope. And then they created their own John, but he had the patent on it, and then they ended up buying it from him.
Happens a lot, bro.
And
it's one of the things you teach all the time, like how companies can either like, you know, expand through like research and creating, or just buying somebody else.
But they didn't even buy it. Both. First they just stole it, and they was just like, yeah, dog, that's a great idea. And then they
want to see if you'll fight back. A lot of times these big companies do stuff just like, you know, either, if he fight back, we buy him. If he don't fight back, we brooded him.
Yeah, so first they just brooded him, and Bo was like, whoa, because.
Now, GC, here's the thing about that. If I was Dell and HP, I would have created my own software. It would have been
the research and development that takes to develop that.
That would have took so many years.
Yeah,
sometimes it's better. Just like, so for instance, if you look at Samsung, they use Android and they put their own UI over it. But their UI, if you go back at the old Samsungs, were absolutely trash. They've rebuilt it. They keep adding things over the year to now make it buttery smooth and to make it work the way it is. But just creating your own software, that would set you back so many years. You probably wouldn't even be in business by the time you got it done. Sometimes it's better to let someone who's a specialist in the one thing they do what they do and come with you. Because let's not forget, they all made billions of dollars by using Microsoft. And Microsoft brand was such that, and it's still to this day, people go in like, I've seen people do this at the Apple store, which is funny. Can this run Microsoft products? People now still buy like MacBooks and stuff, and they run Microsoft software on their, you know, because you can now. But people do that because, again, by Microsoft having that thing at so many employers, right? The federal government, local city government, state governments. If you're using this all day at work, by the time you get home,
yeah, you got to connect to them.
Yeah, so it's kind of wild, bro. Like the what Microsoft has done as a business is you know, kind of wild.
You know why they sponsor these schools? The reason why they sponsor these schools is because they want their products in it. Like, if you ever go into these schools, they either using they're either sponsored by Apple, or like the reason why they give these schools so many computers and so much free stuff is so that
ecosystem
so to build their ecosystems out. They're giving the computers away.
Yeah,
they're giving them away.
So every school I go into is either Chromebooks or iPads. They're going hard trying to get you in the ecosystem.
Yeah.
Right, my joint. That's what's up. Congratulations, Mark. Congrats on that. What happened in 2009? Black Planet made us want more connectivity than MySpace offered. And the new president, our folks talking spicy online, and they pulled me in. Okay, so I knew something happened around that time. That is when Obama's first term started with 2008.
Yep.
Oh, that's what folks got. That's what a lot of y'all got on there. That
You know what? I was on Facebook in 2008, so that was because that's part of the reason it got me on.
Okay, see, that Rock Notches figured it out. Apple Word documents, crazy. Listen, Mark, I don't necessarily use Word docs, but I'm not gonna lie, I do use a lot of Google products on Apple. Like, you know, I'm heavy on the Google Docs. I haven't really. See, so many of them. I was about to say Keynote, but Keynote is Apple and PowerPoint is Microsoft. Slides. I'm not really a slides fan per se. I got to spend more time using it. I still use PowerPoint and I still use Excel too, right? So
that Office suite, that's never going away, bro.
Yeah.
That's just not going anywhere.
That Microsoft Bootstrap for Apple was a game changer for me. Yeah, see? So there you go. So I mean, that's the thing. A lot of people get addicted to using specifically Office products. I talked about Office. But then when it gets beyond that, some of the other Microsoft products I use, I can't find like a replacement for it, right? Whether that's something like Microsoft Access for small databases. Power BI. Power BI is another one that is a Microsoft product now. I haven't been able to find a replacement for that. So Microsoft, they got a lot of great products, man.
Yeah, they
But
did the game right, man.
but getting back to the original conversation though, like if he's right about VR, AR, GC thinks that he's right about it. We'll see. Time will tell. But right now they are throwing a lot of money. So you see the prices of those headsets coming down. That's still a hefty price for the business one. Like,
Nobody, yeah, like for people trying out new stuff, you got to get it to a price point like Jose said, where new people would be willing to go, like, look, I'm gonna try this regardless. Like, if they put the price, I say if they get the price under $200, then that's, you know what I mean? That's
that, or show us what the value is. Like, what's the value of me?
yeah, what's the value? Like, not just the value add. Like, what am I getting different?
Yeah, if I run a business right now, what am I getting from doing that? Like, a lot of people that talked about it, that's why I asked you guys, are talking about the fun it is with the games, but now you're trying to sell us the businesses. They don't care about fun and games. We want productivity. We want efficiency. What is the value of me using? And again, maybe they have it. Maybe they have a specific presentation they show the businesses. I haven't seen it. For everybody watching, though, do me a favor. Can you please? We got about 50 more people in here that have hit the like button. Can y'all hit the like button for me real fast? That helps us, fight the algos. Shout out to all of our new YouTube subscribers. We got a couple thousand new subscribers over the last 28 days. So I want to shout all y'all out. We appreciate you helping our channel grow and whatnot. But with that being said, though, what is the value add? If I buy that, what is the value to my business? I don't see it. Like, I personally don't see it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, value add is important. Like, businesses don't care about anything else, like, because they got to serve people. Most people don't understand what businesses do. Businesses solve problems. So my thing is, how do you make it easier for me to do what I do so I can make more money? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, that's really what businesses care about. You know what I mean? Like, can you add something or increase something I do to help me, you know what I mean, make my business better? Because I really don't actually care about your business. I care about helping mine. Yeah, that's really what businesses are in it for. Like, nobody cares about Microsoft, but they care that Microsoft helps them be more efficient in their business.
Mm-hmm. Don says not as long as they have that government contact. Or I guess he meant contract. Like, it's not going anywhere. There isn't a lot of apps for VR at the moment beyond gaming and concerts. So he's the same thing I said. He doesn't see it. Maybe they got it because they're going. That's to me. That's where the issue is.
I mean, in the music business, that's definitely a value add, though.
Is it though? Right. So the funny thing is, I thought that the music business was changed forever after the pandemic. When I saw folks like charging and people paying, and like folks doing concerts in their crib and people was paying for it, I'm like, damn, you could reach so many more folks.
Well, we back outside now.
Yeah, but it's nothing like that shared experience of being in the same place.
That energy is different, man. Yeah, and we talk about that a lot. There's nothing like the energy of being around other human beings, man.
Speaking of that, if you're in the Philadelphia area today, you got a couple hours left. Today is the last day to register. We will be at Martin Luther King High School next Saturday, right? Next Saturday will be at Martin Luther King High School, teaching the class for the youth. There's going to be a lot of folks there.
Yes.
Rachel's going to be there. Rachel Hannibal. A-Lee is going to be in the building. Listen, my guy, Akbar, who does a lot of amazing stuff in the community. I didn't even know he's going to be there. I saw he's going to be there. My guy, Quincy Harris, is another friend of mine. Grew up in the same neighborhood, but he does a lot of amazing things in media. He's going to be there. There's going to be a lot of folks there. And I talked to some other folks of ours that's going to be there too. So it's going to be a great event for the youth. They'll get a lot of value out of it. So, if you're in the area, make sure that you, especially if you have a high school student, get them out there, man.
Pull up like Curry.
Yeah, man. So we got that going on. A lot of other things. Sankofa school year starts towards the end of this month, and we are on as instructors for the Sankofa homeschooling. That's exciting. Those flyers and things will be coming out probably this week, but that's very exciting. So also just got a call today about another event in Atlantic City in June. They want us to be there. So that should be fire too. It's a lot going on, man, but just stay in tune with us by connecting with us on all social platforms, and you'll see all the different events. And, again, Corey and I out in the community. Corey, but it's time to bring back what we used to do. One of the things me and Corey did years ago, which was funny, we would pull up at somebody's crib free of charge. We didn't even charge nothing. We was like, yo, you put 5 people in the room. We'll pull up at your crib and teach people how to get brokerage account setups, do a presentation. We was running in people's cribs with a projector. And they was like, yo, something wrong with y'all. But I think was, you know what I mean? Shout out to Miss Wanda Walker, who's an amazing community activist.
Yes, indeed.
I talked to her for 2 hours a day. And one of the things that she said to me is like, how proud she was of us. And she said, because she was like, most people she talks to, all they care about is themselves and the money they can make. And y'all wasn't charged. Like, she knows, she was there. She saw. She's like, y'all didn't charge nothing for some of that stuff. And I'm like, crazy part is we don't have to. Life is weird, right? The more you give, the more it comes to you anyway, right? I would get like a deal or something fall in my lap, and it's like, yo, where'd that come from? It's probably because me and Corey give so much that it comes back to you in a whole different way, man. So we out there for free. But Corey, you ready to start pulling up people's cribs again, bro? Or you still want to stay away from that right now?
I'm off that, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. Yo, we was wilding. We was wilding, yo. Like, yo, I'm carrying Spanky around. I'm cool, man. Like, I don't like that energy, man. Like, we was in some wild places, broski.
Yeah, because again, we by the hood, so we are in
we literally
in the danger zone.
Hood, like, we was in some danger zones, broski. I don't know, man.
Yeah, some wild stuff we out here talking about.
I'm 2 extra kids deep since we was doing it. I'm cool.
We're going up in random neighborhoods, and we out here talking about like, yo, you gotta get your brokerage account set up. They're like, what?
Yo.
Yeah.
But that's not your brokerage account. Like, we could have got those responses.
Yeah, man. No, more or less, man. More or less. Yeah, man. So with that being said, though, man, we are going to do our giveaway. But before we do our giveaway, what else I want to tell? We got so much going on. All right, already talked about that. So Don said, pull up in the trap house. Hey, listen, man. Wherever, man. Mark, appreciate you, bro. Y'all doing y'all thing. Good job. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you always supporting. You got Cajon laughing at you. WuTang Financial. Speaking of that, yo, any of y'all watch the WuTang Journal? I was about to say it does come on Hulu. It's on Hulu. I just caught up on that joint. That's fire. What else I'm watching? Let me give y'all my content update before we do our giveaway. I told y'all about the podcast. I'm gonna bring it up again so y'all can look up this pod. The pod is I just had it. It's a fire pod, y'all. Y'all got to check this out. It's by Wondery, and Wondery does a great job. They're one of the biggest podcast networks. It's called Business Movers. Look that up. Business Movers is pretty fire. So that's one of the newer podcasts. The other one I think I gave y'all last week called The Indicator. So those are my two newest podcasts. Also, what's a podcast I had on here for a while? So I got a lot of podcasts. Shout out to Tweet Talk because I actually got y'all on my podcast too. Our brother that's right inside the chat right now. And to let y'all know I ain't BSing. You can see it right here on my device. I definitely subscribe to your pod. You know what I mean? I'm gonna show and prove. Shout out to Tweet Talk. That's one of the pods. It's another one with these two brothers. I had them there for a while, but I haven't listened. And they starting to drop episodes. It's called Corporate Coke and Smack. Another fire podcast. So shout out to all those podcasts. The WuTang, and the last thing I caught up on Bel Air too.
I don't watch any of this stuff. I feel crazy.
Listen, man, everything is related to finance, man. I started watching the WuTang series after finishing loving it so far. If you are a WuTang fan, I just know one thing. The episode next week, they're going to get into like the purple tape. If they show Nas doing the verbal intercourse bars, I might break my TV. I'm just letting y'all know that right now. Y'all going to see me online looking like a Dallas Cowboys fan. Because they show that.
I love that verse on verbal intercourse.
If I'm going to get too hyped and I'm going to punch my TV and I'm going to have somebody record it. Because I'm telling you, if they show that, if they reenact that, I'm going to lose it, yo. I remember the first time I heard that, I almost banged out. I was like, he said, what? Yo.
Yeah, Nas get busy on that verse for sure.
All right, Corey, let me ask you a question, bro, before we get to our giveaway. Mm-hmm. You a hip-hop head. What's a verse or a song that you heard and it made you just like rethink everything? Like, yo, like I should never rap. I should never write. Like, boys just on something else.
Okay, so there's...
Give me a couple of them.
Rakim, Follow the Leader. That was one. I was like, damn, he doing so. I am not on that. I can't get that. A Nas verse that changed my whole thinking was Live at the Barbecue. Actually, it wasn't even the verse that the verses, like before Nas was Nas, that verse right there,
Yeah.
I mean, like that joint, I was like, damn, like,
And the shock value in it too had you like,
woo, like
I
that
went to
right
hell for
there,
snuffing
like,
Jesus. You said
because
what? You went to hell for doing what?
yeah, man, like I was like, man, like young boy, I was like, I had no idea who he was.
Yeah, that shock value was crazy. But boy said, I kidnapped the president's wife without, you know how ill you gotta be to kidnap the president without a plan. Like not even planning.
Man.
Yeah, my fault. I'm
So,
sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, but you got me.
No. So you got I had Rakim, Follow the Leader. Then it was Nas, Live at the Bar.
Cajon, I would ask you the same question, but Cajon gonna give me like 10 Jay-Z verses, man.
And then hold on. And then like I was listening to OC.
Oh, I ain't heard that.
Yeah. Like if you listen to when he, and then my last one, Special Ed, the Magnificent. It's not even I Got It Made, the Magnificent, because I was like, what is he doing with like that flow?
Yeah,
I was like,
with the sensational style, and I can go on and on for like a mile a minute because I get in it like a car and drop.
That verse, I was like, oh, he doing something real crazy. You know?
Yo, if you go back and listen to I Got It Made Now, that was one of the most ridiculous songs ever written. Like,
but the lyrics was crazy in that joint.
At the time, we loved it. But now I'm saying it didn't. I listen to it now. I'm
like, if I blink a million times, damn, I'll be paid. Like it was crushing that, but it was the Magnificent was more of that, and then the video that went with Magnificent. So it wasn't just
Rick Ross first on Devil in the Blue Dress. Yeah, he left Earth. That was a WuTang protecting that. Yeah, Jizza was wilding on that.
Man.
Jizza was always wilding.
That didn't it didn't change it didn't make me feel like I couldn't rap. Like Rakim made me feel like I could never rap well enough. And that Nas verse on Live at the Barbecue made me feel like it changed my perspective because I thought I was a good rapper. And then I heard those verses. I was like, ooh. You know what I mean?
It's crazy. So, yeah, Corporate Coke and Smack, they actually stopped for a while, but they're back. They took a break like we did, but they're back. So, shout out to them. But yeah, absolutely, man. Appreciate you for always checking in with us. RZA's verse on Jizza's Fourth Chamber. That don't. I know I've heard it, but I gotta go back and check it because the verse
it's just not ringing a bell about.
Yeah, exactly. Weak and strong. You got it going on. Yo, Big, relax and take notes.
Like, for me,
I take totes of the marijuana smell. Your Big was
my favorite Biggie song is Warning. So, because I like this story, you know what I mean? Like, it's not. When that
I heard Big on Unbelievable though. When he started rapping on Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, he was wilding. I'm gonna tell you a song I heard, and I was like, yo, I don't even want to write no more. Right, and this is not going to be a more popular. When I heard Cannabis,
how did I forget
the cannabis joint?
You talk about the joint he did on the DMX.
Well, that too. Like, first of all, people try to like negate his impact. I was outside when he first, and everybody was scared of boy. But that ain't the one. He got a song. It's called Poet Laureate 2.
Yeah.
When I heard that, I was like, yo, and to this day, I've never heard
on whack albums. He got like 3 banging songs on both of them whack ass albums.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not gonna deny that. Is that one? It's 2 songs that when I heard it, it's 2 songs. It's the Cannabis joint, Poet Laureate 2. When I heard that, I was like, yo, I've never heard nothing. This is Shakespearean writing, right? Is that one? And Lupe left Earth on one song. I forgot the name of it.
You probably talking about Murals.
That's it. Those 2 songs.
I don't like that verse.
Dog, are you kidding me?
I don't like it.
You wildin'. I heard Lupe write that. I was like, why do people rap?
It's a tad too abstract for me.
No, it's very abstract. And the thing about
it's not that it's not a great verse, but like for me, I like more again because of the style of stuff that I like. It doesn't resonate the same way with me. It's a great verse.
Listen, I guess being a nerd, I love dense stuff where I got to go look something up. I don't want to get it all upon listening to it the first time. But when I started looking up some of the stuff he was saying, I was like, hold up. So this is connected. It's like when me and you talked about, and now we way off topic, but we about to do our Bitcoin giveaway, but I had to ask that question. When me and you and Dion were having that conversation. We were talking about Funk Flex freestyles. And I was telling y'all, listen, Black Thought is the God. right? Black Thought is like Black. Let me get back to Black Thought, but I still think that Lux's joint was better because it was so dense that I watched it the other day, and I still caught bars the other day, and this is a couple years ago that he did it. Some people don't like things that dense, and I get it.
It's
Like
not about density for me though. Like I don't like. I like more. I like stuff geared more to a reality than the totally fictional. You know what I mean? Like,
okay,
you know what I
I
mean?
get
Like,
that.
I like it more geared to a reality. You know what I mean? Like, it's
so
not
that's understandable, right? So some things are abstract, right? It's like realism, right? Versus
abstract,
right? So
yeah.
it's a difference of the stuff that you kind of like that, which I get it.
It's just leaning. It's not that I don't
But
find those things
but the thing is
amazing.
though, like for me, it's like I understand that, but even when it's abstract, like the actual talent it takes to craft that,
No, for sure.
it just blows my
My
mind.
favorite abstract rapper is Los. Los be talking about some crazy. Like for me, my favorite abstract record is King Los. King Los is an absolute animal.
No, he's a monster. He's a monster.
He's an absolute animal when it comes to the abstract rap and stuff. And
Well,
he's my favorite abstract rapper.
Listen, when I heard Murals, I said, first off, he didn't write this on Earth. He was sitting on Mars somewhere when he wrote this, and he came over here to deliver it. But I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna get to some of these comments, and I'll move on because this is not a hip hop podcast. Although we can talk about hip hop, we talk about whatever we want to because hip hop is black wealth, by the way.
It is.
RZA, Camouflage Chameleon. Yo, you know what it is? Jamil, you a huge RZA fan because you done gave me like all these RZA bars. And the only RZA bar that ever sticks out to me is perpendicular to the square. A steamboat like flat, because I have no idea why he said that. Yo, Rakim was wilding, yo.
Yo,
what's up, Doc? QB Rock? Chip Fu. You mean Shaq Fu? Oh, you sold me on Loda Lux. That was serious. Yo, Loda Lux left Earth, man. He like it's so dense. It's so dense. See, he go to another RZA verse, man.
Hey, listen, again, man. If WuTang is for me, my favorite rapper in WuTang was ODB. So like everybody liked all of these abstract and all that stuff. My favorite rapper from the Wu was ODB.
My favorite rapper from the Wu, it depends upon when you ask. I think pound for pound, Inspector Deck is better than everybody, right? But some days you ask me, it's gonna be Ghost because Ghost got the body of work. Some days it's gonna be Ray. But I think that's what makes the Wu so unique. Some days it's going to be Jizza. It's the fact that there's probably 4 or 5 guys, depending upon you ask me.
All great rappers, and nothing that, against, like, I don't like, for me, my least favorite of them is Tony Starks. Like, I don't like his voice. I don't like his voice.
But that makes sense considering his style. Like, you talked about, like, abstract. A lot of his stuff is he's speaking his own language.
Yeah.
So like, unless you into that, you don't even know what he's talking about half the time.
Yeah,
so I have a whole podcast. Yo, you ain't never lie, Jose. It's funny thing is I've been on hip hop podcasts as a guest, and we go in. Black Thought is the GOAT. All right, so Mark, let me tell you this. I'm not gonna disagree with you because we all from the crib. The one thing I think that's missing on his resume is like that body of work that he can say like
the one album.
Yeah,
he's got a long body of work.
His body of work is amazing. But most of the Roots album are concept albums, but if someone says Jay-Z is their favorite artist, you got a couple albums you could point to where you like that album is fire, right? If somebody says Nas, you could say Illmatic, Stillmatic, you know what I mean? You can name certain albums where you're like, okay, if I say Black Thought is the GOAT, like what album am I pointing to show someone that he's the GOAT? Right.
And their best album altogether, the two best albums are group albums, which is Philadelphia Half-Life and what's the joint with the blue Do You Want More? Do You Want More? Philadelphia Half-Life, and then other people say Things Fall Apart are their 3 best albums.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but they're all collab albums. They're all 3 of those are concept collab albums.
So Michelle, if you like
individually, the stream of thought is like for me, like I was just listening to my most listened to on Tidal, and my joint filled with Black Thought. Right. So because
my joint filled with R&B, I ain't got no rap in mine. But yo, Michelle, real fast, if you like Inspector Deck like that, look up Czarface. And that's CZAR, Czarface. He's in a group called Czarface, and he goes crazy on there. But anyway, Pac-Man, what's really good with you? He said, "Shimmy, shimmy, y'all." ODB used to be wilding, bro.
Yo, I'll break your effing face. Oh, give me a
All right,
second.
real
No,
fast.
I gotta
Deck
take a
was the top.
whiz, man.
Go ahead, do your thing, man. I'm gonna get through some of these comments. Deck was the top lyricist of the Wu. Listen, that's my. I feel that same way too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Big Mike's Peterman was a classic storytelling joint that was way better than Scarface or Scarface. All right, so how could I put this right? First of all, Jamil, you can't slander Brad Jordan, yo. Brad Jordan is like my uncle, yo. Like, I love Scarface. Scarface is probably my favorite down south rapper. Probably. Yeah. Probably. All right. See this, but this is the thing about the Wu, right? To Mark's point, he said Jizza was a top lyricist. Depending upon which day you ask me, I'm gonna give you a different answer. But again, I think that is what makes them. That's what makes them the Wu, right? What makes them the Wu is the fact that any given day, I can do that. But anyway, man, this is not a hip hop show. Core's on his way back in a second, but we about to do our Bitcoin giveaway, and let me explain what that is. Every week we give away $50 of Bitcoin. We've been doing this for a couple years at this point, just to get people invested into it. And again, gotta say this too: this is not investment advice. Anything we say on here is not investment advice. It's for educational, informational purposes only. We are not telling you to invest in Bitcoin. But if y'all follow us, you already know that's what we do. But we do give away Bitcoin. So how it works is we put you in a random drawing. The two folks that come up, we send you $25 for Bitcoin via Cash App. The only things you got to do is let us know you still here if you are a winner, and shoot me or Corey your cash tag, and we'll get you paid this evening. Before I start to take in names, do me a favor. Can y'all hit the like button for me real fast? I'm trying to get a couple more likes before we start our giveaway. But we are going to start our giveaway. So if you want to be put into this giveaway, just give me a couple more likes and put a 1 in the chat. If you put a 1 in the chat, I know to put you in our giveaway. Let me go ahead and set up the wheel real fast. But put a 1 in the chat if you want to be included in our giveaway. Shout out to y'all for listening to our hip hop conversation. I don't even know how we got there, but hip hop again is black wealth. Let me clear this screen, man. And you will get paid this evening. You guys already know that. For those that have won in the past, you already know what it is. Let me pull the screen up. Blah, blah, blah. Wheel of names. All right. 1 second. Let me start typing these names in. I got Chastity was the first. Hold on one. So, Core, let me know the names. I'm going to start with Chaz. Go after that.
You said you started with Chaz. Let me go back up. Hold on. All right, Rochelle, Jose, Michelle, Jamil, Tweet Talk, Greg, Mark, Miss Phoenix, Angela, Sam, Pac-Man, Cajon, Don, cheating ass V-Don, Cameron, Rock Noxious, Cookie, and LaJoya.
All right, I think that's everybody. Let me give you a couple more seconds to put your name in and see if I forgot anybody. Let me go over here so I can read off who I do have. All right, so I have Chaz, Rochelle, Jose, Michelle, Jamil, Tweet Talk, Greg, Mark, Miss Phoenix, Angela, Sam, Pac-Man, Cajon, Cheating Ass Vidon. We also got Cameron, Rock, Cookie, and LaJoya. If I'm missing anybody, please let me know. Give you about another 20 seconds, and then we will start our spin. Remember, let us know that you're still here. Please let me get one more like, yo. Somebody give me somebody who hasn't like do me a favor, hit the like button. I'm trying to get just one more. But let me get one more like so I can do this spin. Let us know you're here. Hit up myself, Corey, about the hood. Give us your cash tag, and we'll get you paid this evening. I'm just waiting, Corey. I'm really trying to see if I can get one more like out there, yo. Somebody give me one more like, yo. Somebody on YouTube or Facebook. There we go. Bow. Appreciate you, whoever that was.
Look at the blow. Give me the gadzooks. Here we go. So give me the game on. Just round up. So they was hot for like 2 albums, bro.
Yeah, we want effects. All right, so good luck to everybody.
Jay-Z used to be them, man.
Yeah, no comment, man. Let's get it popping though, man.
Say I'm lying.
I ain't saying nothing, man. Let's get it popping, man.
Say I'm lying.
Good luck to everybody. I shall spin. Don't forget, you gotta still be here. You can't duck out. Let's get it popping though.
You funny as shit. I ain't saying nothing.
Hey, listen, man. Pac-Man with the win. Pac-Man, let us know you're still here. Also, Pac-Man, shoot us a message. Myself personally, I'm JW the Blueprint on everything. You can see it right on the screen there. At By the Hood, just shoot us a message somewhere, and we will get you paid. Well, first off, Pac-Man, are you still here? That's the first thing I want to know.
Show your face.
Yeah, are you still here?
Yep.
Make sure I put both them comments. Oh shit. Yes, he's here. Angela says, congrats to you, Pac-Man. So Pac-Man, shoot us a message. I'm JW the Blueprint on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or you can send it to @By the Hood. The same. But and we'll get you paid this evening. Cam says, congrats. All right, so we got one more spin we're gonna do. Again, before we do the spin, I just want to say thank you to everybody for showing up for another Friday. You guys are appreciated. Again, make sure you check us out. Check out Corey's personal page, my personal page. We're always posting stuff about where we'll be and some of the things that we're going to do. And Corey doesn't want to go door to door no more. So I say we take the show on the road, man. I'm trying to.
No, listen, man. I don't mind going door to door.
No, that's what I'm saying. Hear me out,
I just don't want to have to carry. I don't want to carry bang bang with me. You know what I mean? Like,
man, listen,
we was going in the hood, bro.
Yo, I got a story about that happened this past week, though. I ain't gonna tell. I'll say that for next week. Tell y'all what happened this past week. But Philly got me walking around like it's the Wild Wild West. But that's another story. We get into another time.
Carrying a fire stick around.
Yeah, how about that? I like that. I like that term, the fire stick. All right, so but check us out. Cool. What I'm talking about, I'm trying to put something together in Carolina, yo. I really want to go to Carolina because a lot of our folks are in close proximity to that. Lance is there, the legend Lance is there. I want to put together like a something for a day, just one day, pop up in Carolina and do a class on something. Yeah. That being said, let's get our last spin in. I know folks like, yo, I'm trying to get this win, Jimmy. Shut up. So let me go ahead. Good luck, everybody.
In your face like a can of mace.
Jose, the sartorial guy with the win. Jose, man, I don't know, man. You at this point, Jose, you might have caught Vidon, man. We might even call you cheating ass Jose from now on. Jose definitely got a couple hundo from us. Corey tried to put that in the fire. Yeah, Corey over here spitting bars. We got Corey back in. He about to go write a rap now after we brought up some songs.
Yo, I still rap Corey better than 90% of the rappers in the world, man. I'm not getting involved in that though.
You hate no murals. But listen though, definitely trying to put something together in Carolina, man. Shout out to everybody who came out when we did something in AC before.
Oh man, that was amazing.
Yeah, shout out to Les who was there. You know what I'm saying?
CJ, Les.
Yeah, CJ. We had it at CJ's barbershop. That was fire. So we got to do something like that again. But I'm just trying to get out and build with the folks. So,
yeah. I love being around the people, man. But, we go to some places, bro.
Yes, sir. And we're going to continue to. All right. With that being said, y'all, listen, congratulations to the winners. Make sure you shoot me the message. You'll get paid this evening. But we appreciate y'all. We will be back here next Friday as per usual. Yeah, and Mark, by the way, Mark, if you're still here, once I put this other property, this duplex on, I'm gonna shoot that to you, bro, because I think that, you might have somebody interested in this. Anyway, man, congratulations, man. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We'll be back here next Friday. Until then, y'all, please stay safe. Please stay safe. And if you got any questions, reach out to us, y'all. Peace.